Hello everyone and welcome to the demo of Mesozoica. This was released I think like 3 or 4 days ago, and I just am now getting around to doing it. Was a little too busy, so I wasn't able to play it right away, but I thought I would do it anyways, just even though a lot of you guys have probably already seen it, just to show you if you haven't already, and then also to give you my thoughts on it so far. For those of you who don't know what Mesozoica is, it's basically the spiritual successor to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. At least that's sort of what it's being billed as, and based on what I've seen in this demo, it seems like that's exactly what it is. So that's good. It seems to be making good on its promise from what I've seen. And I actually was very impressed with this demo. Even though it is very rough, there's obviously not a ton to it, as you guys will see, but I like what I'm seeing. I like the progress that I like the what do you call it, the mechanics so far. You know, it's very user friendly. The interface, all the controls. I was also very impressed with how smooth it all went, or how smooth it all is, because a lot of the demos, they're really buggy, really glitchy, really things that just look very incomplete. Everything functions really well, and it was very well optimized as well, even though it's not. I mean, even my crummy computer ran it just beautifully, perfectly smoothly, no problem whatsoever. Which I didn't expect it to have any issues, but I had it on the best graphics possible. Even the graphics, even in this little demo, are pretty good so far. So, like the dinosaur skins and animations are really good. So I'm very impressed with it. I'm just sort of, as you can see here, just going through all the different building options, decorations, and here's the hatchery that I'm placing down right now. There's not a ton in it, as I said, but it's looking very good so far. This game's been in the works for a while now. I think I first heard about it about a year ago, I think, and they just now released the demo, so hopefully they're getting close to a more complete build. I kind of hope there's not it's not one of those games that's going to be stuck in, you know, what I like to refer to as like early access purgatory forever. We could just get like a nice build of the game that's fully playable, and has pretty much all of the game's core mechanics in it, and we can just play. I'd like to see that. I'd rather them do that than constantly release something that isn't finished, isn't ready to go. So, but now you can see here I'm just sort of going through the dinosaurs. I think there was 5 dinosaurs available in this build. Let me see. Yeah, 5. The Myosaur, that little thing, I can't remember what it's called, Hispalos something or whatever. You got the Therenziosaurus, the Stegosaurus, and then Triceratops. So pretty good options to begin with. No carnivores, but I'm sure that'll be something that comes out either whether that's in the next demo or pretty early on when they actually do finish or do finally make a build that's more of an actual game. There really isn't any actual game to this. As you can see, the people are just little like tic-tac shaped things. They don't have any purpose at the moment, and they haven't been skinned at all. I was just noticed actually at this point that there was a ton of Stegosaurus skins. The other ones didn't really have any. I think there was like 2 Triceratops skins, and then that's it. There's like a ton of Stegosaurus. So apparently they've put a lot of work into that particular dinosaur. Yes, it was just the 2 Triceratops skins. And there wasn't any for any of the other 3. But I'm really excited about this game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be pretty much like what they build it as the spiritual successor to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, and it does look like they're going to have a lot more options as well. Like, as you'll see here in a second, the camera was a little bit sensitive for my liking. That's one thing that might have just been the settings. There really wasn't any settings options, so I'm sure that's something you'll be able to adjust in the future. but you can actually go in and control the dinosaurs, which I'm about to do in just a second here. And that's huge. I mean, that's something that wasn't in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, obviously, and it hasn't really been in any games like this. Not that there's been a ton, but this is a really cool feature that I like a lot. It's very limited, and it's not like you can really do anything. You can just walk around, but it's still a very cool feature, and hopefully they even expand upon it later on. I did read after I recorded this, apparently there is a day-night cycle already in the game. I don't know if it's like it just goes from day to night, or if you have to change it yourself. I didn't see anything on that, so I'm not sure about that. But apparently it's in the game, so that's cool. And right here, this point, I'm just going to kind of go through each dinosaur individually and control them, and so you guys can see them, just kind of showcase them all. I like the Tyrannosaurus. I think that's what you call it. I like the look of it a lot. I like its tail. Its arms are a little weird. It seems like they just kind of like hang at its sides. It doesn't really do anything with them. Might be nice if they kind of moved around a little bit as it was walking, but it's still really early. So, and they're already such nice models and animations. I really don't want to criticize them much because when you see a lot of the other early access dinosaur games coming out, and or if you've been out for a while, this looks like it's light years ahead of a lot of them. So I don't want to judge it too hard. That's for sure. I like to be in this thing a lot because you get to see, kind of get a closer view of the larger dinosaurs from like a ground level. That was cool. And I don't know how many different dinosaurs that they're going to have in the game. I'm really not sure. I'm sure there'll be quite a few. And I don't know if it's just, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be dinosaurs, yeah. I don't know if they're going to be any other prehistoric creatures. To my knowledge, it's just dinosaurs, but I haven't been following the game that closely. Like I said, I don't get overly excited about early access games or upcoming games, because you just never know what they're going to turn out to be. They could be, you could get an awesome game like a Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, or you could get games like The Stomping Land and what was that other one that was out for a while that died? The dinosaur crafting game. I don't even remember what it was called, but there's so many dinosaur games that come out that look like, oh, they could be really promising, and then you flash forward 6 months and it's already dead, or it's made no progress. And even the ones that get finished, I look at the Hunter Primal. I mean, it got finished, but everyone who bought it, I didn't buy it because I kind of saw the writing on the wall. It just never really became much of a finished game. It's just kind of lacking a lot in depth and options. So that seems to happen a lot as well. So, and then I kind of worry about games like The Isle, because you just wonder if it's ever actually going to get to it's already a lot in the game, but it's kind of, I worry about the community kind of getting too involved and kind of pushing the developers to do things maybe they don't want to do. And also worry about the developers maybe not realizing exactly what people are buying their game for. Because I think there's like two huge sides to that game, where people who just want a dinosaur game and people who want the survival element to it. So anyway, I don't want to get on a tangent on that game right now. Let's talk about Mesozoica. So I think my favorite of the 5 in this is probably, just in terms of the design, it might be the Tyrannosaurus, actually. I really like the look of it. I don't like the one from The Isle that much, so I like and it's cool to see one that I do really enjoy the look of. The Stegosaurus is cool. It's always cool, You can't really go wrong with the Stegosaurus. It's hard to screw that up. But yeah, I'm very excited for this game. I think it's gonna do. I think it's gonna be really, really interesting to see how it progresses from here once we actually get a game, not just the little demo. But I have no idea when it's gonna be. To my knowledge, there's no release date or anything like that. So it'll probably be a little while, but honestly I don't care if it's a year from now. If that's what it takes to get a really good finished game, I'd rather that than they rush something. So I think most people would agree with me there. You know, I think that's one thing a lot of developers understand. It's like people will wait for good games. You know, you don't have to release garbage and just have to constantly patch it and fix it to get it to the point where it's actually playable. I do. One thing I didn't really play around with until the end is all the trees and I think I don't know. Yeah, I think I get in that right here. Like there is trees and rocks and stuff that you can place. I didn't place any rocks, but there's all kinds of trees, which are actually look really nice as well. So I probably should have made this little paddock here a little bit bigger, but it was just for the purposes of showcasing the dinosaur, so I don't think it really mattered too much. I didn't place all the trees because I didn't realize they'd be so gigantic, but I just did place a couple of them, and they all look really good from what I've seen. So that's a good thing. The like actually placing them and stuff is pretty good. You like this really doesn't seem like there's any particular grid. You just kind of place them wherever you want, which is cool. And here I'm just kind of playing around with one of the other Stegosaurus models, so that's pretty cool. And I did test it right here. There actually is hitboxes to the trees already, and they seem like they're pretty good, pretty realistic. It's not like you're bouncing off them like 2 feet away or 3 feet away or anything, and it's not like you can pass through them. So it is cool that they have that already in the game. So like I said, it's very polished even for being just such an early demo, which I like to see. But that's pretty much going to do it for this guys, this first look. There's really not too much more to see, so I'm pretty much just going to end it here. But I hope you guys enjoyed getting a first look at this game and hearing my thoughts on it so far, if you haven't already seen it, of course. Yeah, I'm very excited for it. I think it's got a lot of potential. So I will link in the description to where you can download the demo yourself. It's obviously totally free and everything, so I will link that. And as I said, if it works just fine on my computer, then I'm sure it'll work on anything you guys got, because mine's not great. But that's going to change soon. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all in the next one.